Every disaster has a long tail of a number of years. And because we have disaster after disaster after disaster, that means we have a lot of long tails going on at any given moment.
This is sort of at the heart of the American economy in a way, disposability. And there's nothing like a hurricane to make something disposable.
What that adds up to is a national economy that is spending more and more of its resources always recovering from disasters. In the 90s, storms were, in many cases, less intense or less frequent, or their targets on the ground were smaller because there wasn't as much development. Month after month after month for this year, that figure on a rolling 12-month basis has been closer to $1 trillion.
It's really become important. If you look at the percentage of GDP growth, 20 years ago it was almost minuscule.
US GDP has grown from about $9 trillion to $29 trillion this century. About 36% of that can be attributable to industries that are helping people prepare and repair.
We have increasingly built buildings in dangerous places. We have not put in the level of building codes. We're building buildings in the way of danger. Inadvertently, we rely on this a lot more than we know.
There's a tendency sometimes to oversimplify things, and it's like, oh, it's just climate change, or oh, it's just development. It's a lot of things. It takes a lot of ingredients.
There's been government money. There's been people building in dangerous zones, coastal zones, flood zones. But then there's the third piece of it, which are bigger and more powerful storms. And those three things combined are what's driving this economy.
If there isn't resources in a community for people to rebuild their homes, they'll move. Businesses won't come back. Every hit to a local population could have a bad effect on the tax base. So a county or a city has to raise money through the bond market, but their income is less certain.
We can see in coastal areas that basically people get bought out. They can't afford to rebuild because their insurance doesn't cover the cost of rebuilding. So they sell to much richer people who can afford to hold the property, to build very fancy buildings on it, and then sell it to people who can afford the very important, expensive insurance.